U7 Buy provides the most convenient, fastest, and safest way to upgrade your team with numerous positive reviews and verified by top creators from different countries with 24/7 online customer support. Now you can enjoy an extra free coins for every order. Don't miss the opportunity for up to 4 million free coins. Use my code Inception for another 8% off. All right, let's talk about the new evolutions for today. One is the left foot forward, then bend it like deck. Maybe I'm stupid. We're gonna do left foot forward first because that's the paid one. So with the paid one, you know, people are gonna obviously be looking at that one the most. And it also depends on the stuff that they actually end up providing some of these cards. So we're gonna take a look at what it generally gives, and then basically take it from there, right? So let's see what we got here. Trending Evolve. Well, let me see what it actually gives first. Quick Step Plus, Finesse Shot Plus, and then Ping's Pass Plus. Yeah, those are pretty relevant, to be fair. I would say they're all pretty relevant. I would say they're very relevant mainly for side position players. I wouldn't give this to a striker. I mean, honestly, you could give it to a striker, but side position players, yeah, if you can, like... I mean, I'm looking at Diani. She gets Finesse Shot, but she's right side striker. Let's see here. 5-star, 4-star, 5-star, 4-star, 5-star, 4-star. Good. Because I was looking at initial things and I was like, is this a 4-star, 4-star thing in Team of the Season? Like, that's kind of cooked, you know? Anyways, so for this one, 5-star, 4-star, finesse, rapid, pinged, and then, yeah, it just depends on the card that you give it to, right? Because with Elise, Finesse Shot Plus, Trickster, and then he receives the Ping's Pass. Yeah, stuff like that, it makes these cards really meta, because Ping's Pass is obviously... If I could give Ping's Pass to every single player in the attack, I probably would, to be honest. It's a crazy playstyle to have. Jerzinho. So Jerzinho gets a Rapid Plus, Finesse Shot Plus, and then the Ping's Pass Plus. And then with this card, I guess you would just give him like a Hawk chemistry style. Increase the pace, shooting, and physicality of the card. Ping's Pass, Rapid, and Finesse. So you're a 5-star, 4-star player that you would mainly use on the right-hand side because at striker you only have one roll plus. I mean, it would still be a benefit to have the finesse shot, to be fair. A card like this with the improvements that he receives on it still gets a nice little cheeky driven shot. First touches on the card. It might have been this one, or it might have been a different version. It might have been this one where I was like trying out the card and I was like, left stick dribbling wise, he was actually really responsive. I just don't remember if it was this one. I did the review this year, but that was obviously like during different sort of gameplays. But even still, this card does have right wing inside forward, just doesn't have right mid. So mainly for the 4-2-1-3 guys, which is 95% of people. But inside forward on the right wing position with a driven shot and then still a base, or not a base, but a finesse shot plus. It's still pretty cool. And then maybe in the future you can probably change his positioning to play on the left-hand side. Like, that'd be pretty nice too, right? I don't know if he'll be a top choice for me. I think players like this might make more sense. The thing is that, like, obviously, you know, maybe like playstyle pluses wise, you're not giving as much because with a card like this, base mechanics wise, he already has a rapid plus. You're adding the finesse shots and the pinged pass. I think with him, because he doesn't have like the positions yet, maybe in the future he does with like a left wing position change or something. I think as of right now, a card like this just makes more sense. I think this card was trending on Twitter because people already get the leaks earlier for the evolutions, and in my opinion, it just kind of makes sense for cards like this because, first of all, Ping's Pass in the side positions, absolutely fantastic. But then he's also a finesse shot player on the right-hand side, well formatted for the Hawk chemistry style to be able to cut inside finesse. He has inside forward for both right wing and the right mid position, and then he also has the cam shadow striker. So, yeah, the usability of this card is just, in my opinion, significantly higher, just because, like, meta-wise, just giving that playstyle plus is a big deal. If there was any sort of thing where you can, like, remove Trickster Plus and give him something else, I think people would definitely go for that. But Trickster Plus, I think people say, like, if you do, like, a lot of L1, R1 stuff, like, it's fine. But, I don't know, sometimes I just prefer, like, a different sort of thing there. It's always good to have a regular Trickster minimum for, like, those fake shots. I don't really do those fake shots often because I don't remember which cards in my team have Trickster, but it is very good if you remember, right? But yeah, in his case, Elise, generally speaking, this year is just a very solid card on the right hand side. I like him a lot. I was using that. This is Grassroots, right? Yeah, I was using this card for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I need to get this card on my review accounts, but I just never got to that point, right? But yeah, no, he's fantastic for sure. So if you go down that route and you don't expect him to get anything else, which honestly, who cares? I think the stuff that he gets, the Ping's Pass, is definitely very relevant, unless he gets some sort of cool Team of the Season card, which I'm not gonna say could possibly happen. It's probably going to happen, especially if they give him the right stuff, right? David Beckham. Incisive Pass, Ping's Pass, Finesse Shot. I mean, I don't know why this card trends all the time, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Like, usability, sure. I mean, what do? You give him an engine, and I don't even know. I don't know why this card trends so much. Like, the passing stuff would be great for him, don't get me wrong, but like, this card is very poorly formatted for how this meta generally plays. Like, do the casuals give him like a hunter chemistry style, have high pace, have high shooting, and then just work with the dribbling as it is? Like, brother, he's going to be a tall guy at 6 foot. He's going to dribble a certain way. I've never seen that a single time in the game, because I think people kind of get it. Elise is so good in this game. He's trending 2 times, maybe 3. I might go down, and he might be one of them over there. I like this one. I like the playstyle pluses more. Oh yeah, I like the playstyle pluses way more for this. Ping's Pass and then Quick Step. And then you still have inside forward for the right hand side. So if you don't play any formation that doesn't have the Shadow Striker, like, you're chilling for now. We never know what drops in the future. But I like the playstyle pluses more on that one. But this one is the more like attainable one, right? Like, you could see lowest buy now. People just go get this and they're like, oh, I'll put it towards an evolution, right? So it's a little bit more like attainable in that sense. George Best. George Best does have left wing, but with what? Yeah. Wow, you actually do increase his usability quite a bit. I don't know what his base dribbling is going to be like at this point in the game. I think the improvements are definitely nice, because you give him a hawk for the pace boost, the shooting boost. Then he has a little bit of physical, and then dribbling you would kind of just like work with a little bit. Press proven with dribbling stats like that being improved, I feel like is pretty nice though. The playstyle pluses that he has, I think, are pretty relevant too. There's a lot of situations where when you're building up play in the side positions, having the capability of being able to hit a through pass when you have the incisive pass plus is still pretty cool. And with this card, it's interesting because in technicality, you can still use him as a cam player too, right? Because he has good passing stuff, right? Low driven as well. So if you were to decide to, use him on the right hand side and you just work with a finesse regular, like, you're chilling on that too, because he has the driven shot. So honestly, like, this is a good improvement too. I would say this is one of the ones that makes sense, because good rolls. The SBC, for some people, there was a couple of things left to be desired. So honestly, if you still have a George Best in your team, it's not necessarily a poor upgrade. I don't know if Jairzinho. No, Jairzinho's still pretty cool. Like, I remember whatever card it was that I reviewed that had like that left stick. I was a huge fan of that. Like, that specifically was sick to work with. I like that a lot. But yeah, Best I definitely like. Elise I definitely like. Messi just trends because he's messy, because people don't really upgrade cards like this that often. However, 90 sprint speed is not as bad. Yeah, 90 is not as bad, because with him, he still has inside forward right wing, but the way that he would play would be kind of different, And with a card like this, like, the main thing is obviously link ups. Like, the link ups will always be a little bit more difficult, I would say, right? But on a hunter, he gets a nice little pace boost, good shooting boost as well. I think of the evolutions that I've checked out so far this year from Messi, probably one of the better ones, to be honest. I think the stuff they give him is pretty relevant for him. Left-footed on the right-hand side, he can cut inside, go for the finesse, blah, 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 right? That's going to be like the main things always. Salah has a few different versions he has 3 different versions. Finesse, pinged, quick step, finesse, pinged, quick step, finesse, pinged, quick step. For all of them? Huh. Interesting. Hmm. See, I think with this one on a Hawk as well, it's not bad. Advanced forward striker plus plus, because that was like a base thing of his. I remember that from being this card right here. That was the thing that's the whole variable of the roles during that time period. I'm like, this is cringe, but how they do it nowadays. Striker plus plus is the main thing here because I don't know if these ones actually get the same thing. That's why that one's probably trending the most, to be honest. No. Yeah, I remember that because it's that specific promo card that gives them the Striker plus plus. There's this one that also does not do it either, right? So it's just a matter of like where you want to be able to play the player. Some people might want to play this in the striker position. Most people probably on the right hand side just because he has the play styles for it. Maybe dribbles a certain way. I'm only saying maybe because I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, a card like this, honestly, like if you were to use on the left hand side, it would still be okay because he still has a regular low driven shot, still has tiki taka, 3 of the good play styles. I think all those 3 are definitely very relevant. But pinged pass, you would utilize like way more probably in the side positions than you do at striker. But at striker, you still would as well. You use pinged pass pretty much anywhere, but you know what I mean. Because sometimes when you play advanced forward, like these guys kind of like drop in, and you can kind of just like generally help out with the build up play, you know. So I think that's always important to remember with things like that, right? Lamine Yamal gets one too from the inform. So the good thing about this one is the fact that when you're upgrading this card, you are giving him general upgrades from a card that didn't have anything. The player of the month finally gets an improvement that makes him 5-star, 5-star. That's actually pretty crazy. So this one you're paying 275k for if you actually did the chain evil for it. Interesting. You know what? To be honest with you, I think with like these types of cards, like EA is going to drop like team of the season versions of these cards, and they're not going to be the craziest, or excuse me, they're not going to be the craziest in regards to affordability, right? So if you kind of want a Lamine Yamal and you held on to this player of the month for this long, dribbling in the shadows into left foot forward, it's a pretty good upgrade for a card like that, you know? Yeah, most of these cards, I wouldn't give them like engines and stuff. Like the way that they kind of formatted the dribbling to be in like the low 90s, you kind of just give a hawk and then just call it a day, you know? Quick step, technical finesse, still has regular pinged pass, low driven as well with a 5-star weak foot. Like that's actually a really nice card. Might be missing certain play styles potentially, but a little bit debatable. Hansen is just a good player in general, so she's going to be a beast. Inform Hansen with Trickster, Pinged Pass, and then Finesse from the Evolution. Yeah, she's one of those cards that has like lower balance, so you don't really care though, guys. She's so good in this game. And this one has Tiki Taka, Technical Flair, First Touch, Low Driven. So low driven on the right-hand side with a 5-star weak foot finesse is pretty solid, man. That's still pretty solid. So you can cut inside, go for the near post on a low driven, or go for an actual power strike. Yeah. The Hawk chemistry style for the pace, shooting, and physicality boost is definitely pretty good. She looks good. I mean, Hansen is always... She's a beast. When they do the La Liga teams, she's going to be amazing. She always is. This evolution looks like it's a paid one, but it's an interesting one. I think some of the upgrades that you get for some of these cards make sense. Like having a right-footed player left-hand side that gets the finesse shot plus, I think is a very big deal. Serge Gnabry, I mean, we can look at this card, but I don't know if people actually go down this route. The thing about cards like this is that honestly, if you were to face them, like they would still do work against you, right? Finesse shot plus, low driven shot plus. I think base mechanics wise for dribbling may not be the best, sure, but if you're making a team with like Bayern Munich players, this is still a cool card, right? Right wing inside forward, left mid inside forward. So even if you wanted to use him on the left hand side, on the left mid with a finesse and a driven, that's pretty crazy. And then he even has quick step. Quick step is another very relevant playstyle plus on the card too, actually. Yeah, especially on that Hawk chemistry style, increasing pace, shooting, and physicality. It's a lot of good stuff for that one too. see why that's trending, to be honest, because it's nice. It's a well-formatted card. David Beckham, he just trends because people just want a usable version of him, but nothing too crazy on that. Some of these top choices, they definitely make a lot of sense so far. Rodrigo, my main concern with Rodrigo is always his base mechanic stuff for dribbling. It's always really strange for him. But again, improvements-wise, very good stuff on a Hawk, right? He gets 5-star, 4-star. The only main concern with this card is you would use him on the right-hand side. You still get a low driven though. I mean, it's still pretty good in that regard. Because you can cut inside, like, yeah, you don't have a 5-star weak foot for it. Who's 5-star, 5-star definitely be pretty saucy. But I mean, on the Hawk, he still gets a good improvement. Some jumping on the card as well. Some opportunities with that could be helpful as well. Would I go down that route for price-wise? No, I like the guarantees, like an all-lease. Lamin's Player of the Month could be better now. Or just this version, to be honest, because 5-star, 5-star is always going to be nice. It's always going to cook, you know? A lot of different versions. Again, Dembele, I just wouldn't really... Yeah, because he's always formatted in a way where it's like this card, guys, it's because of the way that the finishing is, you know? Because it's like, what do? Like, you give him 100 and you just work with his base dribbling as it is. His dribbling is one of the weirdest in the game. Like, I think with the Team of the Season League 1 card, like, I never tried out that card myself, but I think you would need something like that to be able to at least dribble properly from, like, time to time. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be pretty important. Yeah. I don't know if I'd go down that route. Saka, he gets one. It's funny because Saka, this card, right wing mainly, no right mid inside forward plus. So with a card like this, you give him like a Hawk chemistry style, good physical, good shooting, good pace. But then the Team of the Season version is like what, 100K on the market? Probably going to be lower because people are not like super interested in Team of the Season so far. Like the rest of the promos in this game. Yeah, Saka Team of the Season, though. Finesse, pings, pass, quick step, still very good stuff given to him. But again, with the Team of the Season version existing, like these three things, they're still pretty good on him, I would say. But obviously, don't give certain play styles that definitely make a difference. Like pings, pass is amazing in the side positions, no matter what anybody tells you, right? No matter what anybody tells you. Messi, Lamine Yamal, Beckham, Salah, Hansen, Dembele, Zaniolo. There's going to be a few cards that I feel like if you're trying to do some fun stuff, it could be pretty nice too, like an Asensio. What's Asensio's dribbling? Honestly, he might actually be fun as a cam shadow striker. Yeah, cam shadow striker plus, and then right mid inside forward plus. Then with a Hawk, pace is there, shooting is there, physical is there, dribbling is in a decent area, then passing. And again, it's the whole thing with like, I'm a left-footed player, I play on the right-hand side, I can cut inside and I can hit some finesse shots too. Yeah, with this one, they at least gave you 90s for dribbling for most of the things, so it doesn't feel like you got to give them like an engine or anything like that, which I think is very important for usability, to be honest with you. Rafinha's card. Dribbling in the shadows, left foot forward. So right wing inside forward, left wing inside forward. So even if you were to use him as a left wing, you still have the driven shot, and then you would still have the finesse shot. So yeah, another pretty good upgrade. You'd have to spend a pretty penny on this one because it's a double whammy on this one. Double whammy on that one. Left foot forward. Yeah, finesse, technical, and quick step is still pretty good on him too, though. Then again, with the Hawk, you get some good improvements as well. Yeah. So left foot, right hand side, or left foot, left hand side, and then a 5-star weak foot. Still pretty good. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia had like, what was it? Was it that fantasy card? I think they gave him like maxed out dribbling though. I think that's like the big difference though. Because when I tried out that card, I keep telling people, but he was actually really fun to play with. Yeah, that's gonna cover it. That's why you maintain the price, bro. I'm telling you, like when you play this game, you just feel it. I'd even look at the card. I'd even look at his play styles and stuff, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So Kvaratskhelia, like, nah. I mean, honestly, if it doesn't have 99 dribbling, like that's gonna be the main concern with that card. Is just his dribbling is gonna feel probably like more physical oriented. You know what I mean? For the most part, I think it's gonna feel more physical oriented. Okay, cool. So you still have like these cards here that still get good upgrades. I think with this card, it's a little bit different though, because that one version that I think I did, I think he has base card stats for pace already. So with a card like this, again, you'd probably have to give him like a Hunter chemistry style or a Hawk with the pace and the shooting boost. And then you would have the roles for that too, right wing, right mid. You still have a left wing plus, but honestly, at this point, you kind of just need the plus plus. Need those movimentos, man, to be as consistent as possible. Pinged, quick step, and finesse would still be good, but then dribbling is probably like a little bit weirder, maybe on the card. It's still a good upgrade though. Like if you never chose that card, there was that one card before, obviously, that if you were to, I forget what the evolution was called specifically, but it was pretty nice to be honest. Di Maria actually gets a nice card. Wow, technical, pinged pass, and then finesse, and then right hand side, left foot. Then you probably have this stuff too. Right wing. No right mid, but yeah, no right mid, just mainly right wing. So if you're playing 4-2-1-3, you can use this Di Maria card. 92 finishing, a little bit more sus. I'm very uncomfortable with base card stats for finishing being on the lower side, but honestly, I can still see him being a monster. Driven shot is there, finesse shots with the left foot on the right hand side. I mean, bunch of meta stuff for sure, especially for like the Benfica fans if they want to kind of go down that direction. This is the card that was trending in the game, right? So she's 5-star, 4-star, yeah. But the thing is that striker wise, she only has false 9. And if I use her on the right hand side, she's a 4-star weak footed player with a finesse shot plus. It just feels more wasteful, but you could still score them. It's still going to be helpful in certain situations. On a Hawk, she would still have a low driven as well, which would be very nice. Yeah, that would be very nice in the card too. Low driven, low driven. Yeah, I think you guys get the gist of it. It's like, I think if you can, you really do want to look for cards that are like 5-star, 5-star that have those capabilities. Like, dude, look at this Kubo card, right? So he's 5-star, 5-star. Inside forward plus plus for right wing, inside forward plus plus for right mid. So meta wise, this already looks pretty cool, right? Because I think dribbling wise in game, he might be really solid. So it's just a matter of like linking him up. Like if you have a La Liga team and you're kind of like going into team of the season, or the La Liga team of the season, you could get some really, really cool team ups with a card like this. Real Sociedad, isn't that the team that Zubimendi plays for? Like he might get a team of the season. I think it was Real Sociedad that he plays for. Probably going to go to Real Madrid next year, but regardless, this Kubo card still looks pretty nice. Like honestly, like meta-wise, you would actually perform well. The main thing that you're giving this card is the pings pass, but again, it just depends on like if you want to work with those links and stuff too. But I think you guys get the general idea. I think that's generally kind of like how you want to improve your cards. Like even the Martinelli card, like take a look at this card from the inform version. Dribbling in the shadows, left foot forward, left hand side. He's got nothing left hand side. I don't even know why that's his main position on this card. He's all on the right hand side. Left hand side is mainly for left wing. Okay, but even still, right? Like you still have inside forward for right or the left hand side, and then you have finesse, technical, and quick step, right? So again, with the improvements, Hawk chemistry style, and then you get a card that, if you're an Arsenal fan, looks pretty sick, right? So yeah, a lot of pretty interesting choices for the evolutions. I think some of the top choices, for the most part, it's definitely going to make a lot of sense because you get really good players. Like Olise looks great. Salah gets 3 very relevant playstyle pluses. George Best gets a good upgrade on his card. Lamine Yamal, if you still can, do all this, a 5-star, 5-star Lamine Yamal when you know that the team of the season is probably going to be super expensive is not bad either. Hansen's 5-star, 5-star, so finesse on the right-hand side with a driven shot's nice. So on and so forth, right? So a couple of different options you could potentially choose from. Look, you even have this is like a fun concept card, you know, because Diallo right back, but you can play him on the right hand side, inside forward, right wing. It's a shame they didn't give this guy like defensive stats because honestly, like on a hunter, he kind of looks pretty cool. Man United fans will be pretty happy about this one, I think, regardless. So yeah, I think this evolution is not too bad. The only thing is that some of them you have to like kind of pay double on, but honestly, if some of these guys were to get like actual team of the season cards, they could be pretty expensive. So try your best to look for cards that are 5-star, 5-star. I think that's always going to be very relevant. Or if you're going to use a card that is a strong foot on the opposite side, they need to have the Finesse Shot Plus to be able to cut inside and to go for that, which is going to be majority of them anyways, probably all of them, right? So it's still going to be a good evolution meta-wise if you are upgrading certain cards like Sentimentals, but even for some of these cards that could end up being more expensive on the market, they're still going to be pretty cool as well. So yeah, we'll leave it there for the video, guys. I might do the Drop in Shadows evolution video afterward, or the Bend It Like Beck. Is that the new one? Bro, what? Bend It Like deck is, sorry, sometimes like with the evolutions, imagine I did this whole video. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Sorry, I just had to make sure. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.